Hey, Chelsea.
Hi, Ellen.
So, this weekend, there's so much I actually want to start off with that has nothing to do with the podcast. Well,
It does. It has everything to do with the podcast.
okay. The first one kind of does. So, people don't know this because I don't think I've brought my phone in here before, but in South Africa, you guys, I was in the mall and then I got this phone case made. I don't know if you can see.
If for the listeners, it is a phone case with our podcast logo on it.
Yes. And then I told Chelsea I got her one too, but I never gave it to her.
Did not.
And I realized it this weekend. So I made sure as soon as I got home, I was away this weekend. As soon as I got home, I put it in my car. And so I wouldn't forget it again. Because I was like, yeah.
I remembered that you forgot it the first time, and then I forgot the next week, and I wanted to text you like, "Hey, remember the phone case?" But then it feels greedy to be like, "Remember your gift for me? Thank you."
No, I was with a friend this weekend and he saw it and he was like, "Oh my God, that's so cool." And I was like, "Yeah, I actually got Chelsea one too." And then I was like, "But did I give it to her?" And I had this whole thing. And anyways, he loved it. He said he thought we were like selling it as merch. And I was like, "We're not
Not
there
yet.
yet." Yeah.
Not yet.
We're not
I might
there
get
yet.
some stickers made though.
Okay.
They're pretty inexpensive. You can put
Yeah.
them. You know, like bars always have like business cards and stuff like that. Pop them up
Yeah.
over there.
I like that. Does it
Yeah.
fit?
Yeah.
Yay.
Everybody else can see it too. What do you have to put your like hand behind or whatever?
Yeah. Influencers do to block the light.
Thank you so much. I'm so
No
excited.
problem. There is another thing I do want to mention. So, which is so funny. Same friend that I was with, he is like us. Before this, we were just talking about like how much effort it takes to get ready. Partly depression, partly social anxiety, all that stuff. He suffers through the same things. So I was with him this weekend and he had gotten invited to a party and he was like, "Should I go?" And I was like, "Yeah, because, we're trying to make people be better, right?" So then he went but it was like, no, it was that night. He texted me being like, "So the couple of this party at the house I'm at have I think it was a dog, but a pet for sure, named after a character from The Big Bang Theory." Yeah.
Which one?
I did not ask.
Oh.
That was enough information. I feel like any answer
You're like, I don't
is at
care.
the point, yeah. But I felt terrible, and I was like, "Yeah, maybe next time I won't force somebody to go to a party." Like maybe that's the sign.
You feel like you forced him to go to a party where the hosts have a dog named after a Big Bang Theory and you're like torturing him? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that says a lot about it. You can name something so many things, and you're like, that's clearly they love The Big Bang Theory that much.
well, and I'm trying to think too of the cast, like the character names,
Character name.
and none of them are like that weird. Like, let's say that it's Sheldon.
Yeah.
You just don't tell people that that's what you named it after.
Unless you're proud of it.
But yeah, I guess they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I did. Okay. There's a trailer that I posted or like one of our little clips on TikTok, and there was a comment and it was shitting on the Big Bang Theory, as we do. And, we're afraid. We're afraid that we're going to get some kickback. Yeah. I got a comment that said, "I love the Big Bang Theory, but I agree with this." And I was talking about the long intro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. About how like it's probably so they don't have to write as much.
I love that. That's, yeah.
So I was like, okay, we're getting support at least. No hate yet.
No. I doubt there will be, honestly. The people know.
I think people will agree. I think they understand where we're coming from and what we're saying about it. Even people that like it. I've watched it and I don't hate it.
Yeah.
So, but I agree. I get it.
Yeah, the critique is valid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well. Welcome to the Are You Watching This podcast? The podcast where we talk about TV shows you should be watching. I'm one of your hosts, Ellen.
And I am Chelsea.
And what have you been watching this week, Chelsea?
I started Overcompensating.
Yay.
And I loved every minute of it.
Yay!
I cackled. I laughed so hard. I started it, and it was one of those shows I was like, I need to wait till Drake gets home to continue watching it because he will also really like this.
Yeah.
So we watched it together. He cackled. We all had a good time.
Nice.
I liked Kyle MacLachlan in it. I didn't know he was going to be in it, or I forgot. The dad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because he's just so weird.
Yeah, he is very weird.
Social media, he's weird. He was
Yeah.
He was in not only well, he was like David Lynch's muse. And so he was like the star of Twin Peaks and David Lynch's version of Dune, which is its own thing. And then he was in Sex and the City, though.
Yeah.
And now he's in this. Like, he's just so all over the place.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, but he is good in it. He's got like different hair going on in the show.
Yeah, but I loved it so much I got renewed my Amazon subscription.
Yay!
Or I will say, I guess I was lazy enough because downstairs on the big TV, I have my parents log in.
Oh, okay.
But upstairs on the new TV, I haven't logged in yet. And
okay.
I was like, I'll just...
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
I was too lazy to text my dad for the password, and I was too lazy to go downstairs to watch TV. So.
And that's how Bezos gets us.
Yep. What about you?
I honestly did not have time to watch.
I know, it sounded like you were really busy.
I was busy. I don't know. Adulthood, time, family, stuff happens. I just mostly finished watching like things I've been watching. So I watched the season finale of The Studio. I watched, what else like finished on? No, it was the second to last episode, I believe, of Your Friends and Neighbors. I think that was it. Yeah.
All right, well then I got some more stuff.
Okay.
And stuff that we can talk about.
Yeah.
So I also finished Forever.
Okay.
Also, I loved it. I loved it so much. And I was hanging out with my friends, Chase and Maggie, and Chase reminds me so much of Justin, like the actor.
Wow.
Chase is a white man. Okay.
So, I was about to ask, is Chase single?
No, it's of Chase and Maggie.
Okay.
But I told him that, and I was like, I know you're going to look this actor up, and you're going to be like, what? I was like, but you need to watch the show, because it's like the facial expressions.
Mannerisms?
Yeah, I don't know. But I also did say that Justin was very sulky. Like, he just, like, mopes around the whole entire show, and it really started to annoy me.
He's a teenager.
I know, but
that's what they do, you know.
He just looks like Eeyore the whole entire time.
I know.
Which, yeah, of course, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. I think did he say he has ADHD?
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Yeah.
So.
I love the actress who played Keisha.
Yeah.
I think it's Lovie Simone.
Yeah.
I've never really seen her in anything else.
Yeah.
She was in the Craft remake that Zoe Lister-Jones did last year or the year before. Yeah. I didn't watch it, but I was curious about it. It looked kind of good.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, she's been in some other stuff, but I feel like this is like her big role.
Yeah, she deserves a big role.
She's also like 29.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, she just looks young. She's playing a younger role.
Yeah, but yeah,
she's impressive.
Everyone was great in it. Let me not shit on people.
How did you feel about the ending?
I loved it. How about you?
I mean, I did too, but it's one of those endings where it's like kind of up to you to decide probably what you think the characters go on to. I'm like, maybe just give us a little direction of what your intent is.
Well, their intent is for like seasons to be different stages of their lives. So it was open-ended for that. And it wasn't like, I felt like, have you ever had a breakup where it's like it's nobody's fault? You're just like not compatible at that time, not compatible at all. So it's like I don't hate you, but you know.
I don't know. I've always just been broken up with, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I was never told that it just wasn't the right time or we weren't compatible. So.
Okay. Did you leave it like hating them though? Like, was it like ill feelings or just like, you know what, whatever?
Yeah, a little bit of both sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, for the show, I felt like it was just like they were just not compatible in the time. So, yeah, the ending just felt really realistic to me. I've been through that.
I did too. I was like, that is a fitting ending.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, okay. But I signed up for Netflix emails from their website called Tudum. I guess it's Tudum.
Yeah.
And they had an article that said, Forever Ending Explained, do Keisha and Justin stay together? And first of all, they didn't explain it. They did not answer that question. So that was a lie.
Yeah. Oh, on the article?
Yes.
Okay.
But there are stuff that they talk about in the article, so people should go read it on Tudum and just search Forever and you'll find it. But they talk about why it's set in 2008, like about the Martha Vineyards episode, about the sex positivity do they stay together? And then one of the questions is like what the mom does.
Okay.
And the director, writer, the creator of the show was just like, all you need to know is that she's a bad bitch. That's all.
I love that.
Yeah. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. There was like one episode where she kind of sort of mentions what she does.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's what I do for, like, I can organize that for you.
Yes.
It's what I do for a living. But still, we get nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's how I feel about all of my friends. Like, I really don't know what they do.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah.
I don't, even Drake, like, I know he's a teacher, but what does he do day to day? I really couldn't tell you.
Yeah. I agree.
Like, he was working today. I was like, I don't know what he's doing. Who knows?
Clocking in, clocking out.
But yeah, I Love Forever. People 100% need to go. That's like one of the best shows. I think like that, Overrated, The Studio. There's all of these like little shows that came out that have really surprised me. The Paradise. That are like these little, I wouldn't say hidden gems, but unexpected treasures.
Yeah. There wasn't a lot of like campaign or like, noise before it, and it just came out and we were all pleasantly surprised.
Yes.
I agree. Yeah.
But yeah, and then I finished Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Yes. Thank God.
I don't even know. I don't even know where to begin. The only thing that I wrote down was that I don't understand why more people around Jen were not concerned. They were like, she's a shitty friend because she's not here. I'm like, if she's not checked into a mental institution, like a mental health hospital, that's where she needs to be. Yeah. So, y'all. So those are terrible friends. I mean, they're all terrible friends.
It like makes me realize, well, not real, but it made me realize how much they don't know each other past. I don't even know what their mom talk group gets, like whatever. Like past that, it's so surface level because even, well, are we going to do specific? Fuck it, you guys. You should watch the show. Yeah. If you don't, skip over this part. I'm sorry.
Or just listen to it and don't watch it and you're still informed.
Yeah. But the scene where she's in the coffee shop with, God, and we don't know these names, so maybe we're not ruining anything at all. But, and she was like, your husband, what's it called? Like, was hitting on, she said I know you and your husband, what's it called, open menage a trois, whatever,
swinging, I think
and we don't want any we don't want any part of it. Like for me there, Jen was, first of all, I feel like she was backing herself, so good for her, but it was out of character. And like as a friend, if someone responds in that way or in a like defensive way, that should raise some sort of red flag for you to be like, maybe there's something beyond this. Yeah. You know, and the fact that they never really did that for her is insane.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, and the like Demi was, she's the main one. And that's also how you know they're not really friends because Jesse was all Demi, episode 1 through 3. And then by the last few, she was like, I really don't like Demi, and I don't know if she needs to be part of the group anymore.
Yeah. And so, yeah, they're insane.
Because I think at the end they did the vote, right? And they voted Whitney back in.
Yeah, which Whitney's switch with Taylor was also psychotic. Like, Whitney is such... she's there just for, like, the fame and the limelight. Yes. They all are, but...
She at least feigned, I think it was somewhat genuine, concern about Jen.
Yes.
So she was the only one that was like, ooh, I don't think she's doing super great. Right. Yeah,
but having Taylor like back her in the like first 3 episodes and then just like her switching on Taylor and siding with Demi, and it was so bizarre just to get in. Like it was it was so obvious that it was just because she wanted back in. Yeah. So she was like playing whichever side.
Which is wild. Yeah. Wild. I wouldn't want to be part of those groups. I mean, for the money, maybe, but I can't be that much money. Right? Can it? Like, how much money are these girls getting paid?
I don't know, because they also live in, like, I mean, Utah, which I'm guessing the property market there isn't, like, crazy. Is it?
Yeah, I don't think it's...
I don't think it's crazy. Comparable. And I feel like it's, like, cookie-cutter houses. It's not, like...
Yeah.
You know?
And they're not living in Salt Lake City, which I'm sure Salt Lake City is probably a lot more expensive to live in. They're, I think, a neighborhood or, you know... town outside of that, so
yeah, it's not like these mansions that they're, so it's not like, I'm just thinking adult wise, like, okay, your upkeep for your home and like all, like, you know, the stuff, so the numbers aren't really adding up to me where you have to force it.
Maybe it's just like 3 weeks of filming though, and you're just like, well, that's over, and then it is worth 100K or well, however. I would assume it have to be like 100K, right?
Yeah. I think more. For a second
Yeah, I was
season?
saying with like a minimum.
Okay,
Maybe
yeah,
the
yeah.
first they got 100K. Maybe.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Because Demi was talking about how she would let Jesse get kicked off the show so she get more money.
Money. She's insane.
I was like, first of all, sure, keep that to yourself though.
Right.
Don't go to your friend to say, yeah, I don't care.
Right. Like, you know that's gonna come out.
Yeah.
She's insane. And also, was it Jesse who she was trying to kick out?
Yeah, I think so.
For Jesse not to care more was also kind of...
Well, Jessie has her own hair, like she has her actual legitimate business that she's been doing for a while and has her own. I think
Money.
they made a joke or they said that she's a millionaire,
Yeah.
so I think she is probably less concerned about it.
True. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
still,
But still. Did you finish it all and you saw like the next drama that's
Yep,
coming up?
yep.
Were you shocked? I don't
No.
remember on that part for people.
no.
Okay. I kind of was.
I mean,
Out of
yes,
all the girls.
yes, but I just mean like, of course, like
Yeah.
I'm not really shocked at anything these people are doing anymore. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that checks out.
They're generally psychotic.
So everybody should go watch it. It's
Yeah.
this is like
amazing.
this is what we've been working for in reality TV.
Yes.
It's taken years to get here because you need generations that have grown up on reality TV to then be on reality TV, and they are just reality stars.
Yeah.
They've grown up. That was their goal in life,
Yep.
and they're achieving it,
Yeah.
and it's amazing.
Yeah. They're doing what needs to be done,
Mhm.
and we thank them for their service. Honestly.
Okay, so there's 3 other ones.
Oh yeah.
I'll mention. I'm still watching Murderbot.
Mm-hmm.
Still loving it. What I wanted to tell you though is that the main character, Alexander Skarsgård, Sec Unit, Murderbot, he's like jailbroken themselves because they're not so they can watch TV, and so they spend all of their free time watching TV, and it's this like silly space soap opera.
Yeah.
And they use it as a reference to like do things. They're like, they lie to people, and they're like, I'm lying to them just like Captain did in episode 471.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh.
Then I was sorry, no,
Oh, I was just gonna say, so the TV's teaching them to be human in a way, or
trying to, but
Yeah.
not using a very good reference, I guess.
yeah.
But I was wondering because they also have a cyborg in this show, so it's a human who has surgeries to become more like a robot.
Okay.
Would you do that if you could watch TV like in your head or like a projector out of your face?
That's a great question.
And you wouldn't have to have an iPad or
Yeah. Yeah.
I would.
How quickly did you come to that decision?
Immediately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gosh, would I? Fuck it, yeah, I would. Yeah.
Because imagine you could be walking outside, just doing like a boring like little road walk. But
Yeah.
you're still outside.
Yeah.
You can catch up on some of your TV while you're at it.
True. You could be walking,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Like exercise
And
wise,
you're
and you
straining
don't.
your neck.
Right, you don't have to pull out your phone. You don't have to put on an app. You know what? Fuck yes. Yeah. Okay. Sold.
I'm not putting some chips in my brain, the Starlink chips or whatever. I'm not doing that. But the technology rolls around where I can project TV out of my head. I'm there for it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I do think that would require a chip. That was my hesitation.
Yeah.
But if it was like an attachment,
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
yeah, I would do that.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also watched The Rehearsal, season 2, and it's actually good. Have you watched it?
No,
Okay.
but what I've been seeing, I literally put it on my notes to watch it this week.
Yeah.
Because the reviews are excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is different than season 1. I mean, it's the same idea
Mm-hmm.
where you're rehearsing. He likes to rehearse things before he does them if it's like something that makes him nervous. And so he took that idea to apply it for other things.
Yeah.
But what he's doing this time is he's taking a concept that he used in Nathan For You, where he created a fake brand, like clothing brand, a sports athletic brand called Summit Ice, and used that money from the clothes that they sold, because it was a real company, to open a store and to donate to Holocaust survivors.
Okay.
Somehow it has to do with Nazis. I'm not 100% sure. They just showed a lot of pictures when they were talking about it.
Okay.
Anyway, but it actually had a positive, like it was a joke, but ended up having positive influence because, and it's still a company, they still make money and they still donate
Oh, wow.
to Holocaust survivors
Yeah.
and education. So they're applying that to improve airline safety. So it is a joke,
Okay.
but it is to spread awareness for airline safety.
Oh.
And they're trying to find a solution too.
Like airline safe. Like make it
Yes.
safe.
He thinks the problem is between the co-pilot and the captain and lack of communication. You're laughing, but he is so right.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's wild.
So the airline safety of it all being crashes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, primarily crashes.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna watch it.
It
I'm
is-
nervous, but I'm gonna watch it.
It's pretty funny. It's one of those shows you go,
Yeah.
you don't chuckle very loud. You don't cackle.
Yeah.
Okay. This one's definitely more of like a smart thinking show.
Oh, yeah. It's like mentally stimulating, and
I don't know how I feel about him though. He's just so weird.
he is
He actually has kind of a whole episode about that because he says that
in season 2.
that he believes that any human trait can be taught, and so he's trying to teach himself to be pleasant.
That's
Around.
funny.
Yeah,
I don't like diagnosing people, but does he give
he's on
the spectrum?
some spectrum.
Okay.
For sure.
I'm gonna start saying that, by the way. Not the spectrum, just some spectrum.
Yeah.
We all are.
Yes. And then the last one I checked out was, I think, Etoile, the Amy Sherman Palladino ballet
Prime.
show. Yeah.
Because you got Prime now.
Yes. It was fine. I watched the first episode. I probably won't finish it. The pilot episode was not as good as Marvelous Miss Maisel, which
Yeah.
that's just hard to beat.
Yeah.
So I like the idea of it. The characters were fine. It was well shot. The dialogue was cute, but it just did not hook me.
Okay. Like
Yeah.
the premise is just not.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just because I don't like ballet.
Yeah.
But I don't know. She tried to do a ballet show before.
Yes,
and it didn't go
Bunhead.
well.
I loved Bunheads though.
You did?
Yeah. Did
I
you
didn't
watch it?
Mm-mm.
Okay. It was really good. Yeah, and they canceled it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think I can see people liking it, especially if you like Gilmore Girls, Bunheads, Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Yeah.
It just didn't get me for some reason.
Okay.
I might come back to it at some point. I'm
Yeah.
not like never again, but
How many episodes are out? Do you know?
I think it's all out.
Oh, okay.
I think on Prime they just all.
all in one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're right. Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
Nice. You checked out a lot.
I did. Not watching ER constantly is really freeing up my time. And helping with my mental health. I started having nightmares about health problems
Oh no.
and there was an episode that had the actress that plays Miranda in Sex and the City.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Cynthia Nixon.
Yes. She was in it and she had a stroke in the episode and she was paralyzed and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with her. And so it's all voiceover of her. And I'm so afraid of that. That's
Yeah.
like one of my legitimate fears. And so she did survive and they fixed her in the end, but
Yeah.
I didn't like what was going on.
I think that's one of my fears too. Actually, I don't think I know. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Being like paralyzed.
yes.
Yeah.
You could just
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's it.
Nice. Thanks for doing all the work for us this week.
You're welcome.
I'm
proud. I'm happy to do it.
And fuck you, ER. I'm kidding. That's a lot.
I might not finish it, honestly. I've started season 12. Noah Wiley is not in this season. 11 was his last.
Okay.
And so I really don't really care about any of these characters anymore. So I might just keep it on the background just because I'm used to the noise.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really not there for it.
I did forget to ask you last week. So, you know how we mentioned that there was a lawsuit with ER saying that the pit stole its idea. Do you still believe that to be true?
I get what they're saying.
Okay.
But it's also, I was actually talking to Drake and our friend Matt. They're both musicians, and the idea of like, yeah, there's only so many chord progressions you can play. There's only so many ways you can write a medical drama.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very similar. There's overlapping themes, but they really changed the way that they were approaching it.
Okay.
Yeah, from like the hour to hour,
Yeah.
and the character relationships.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. Like every other medical drama that has come out every year, there's a bit, like maybe one or two every year, but they are similar vibes to Grey's, for example.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and two, not a lawyer, but I think they wanted to work with they wanted to do an ER reboot and they couldn't come to an agreement. So that's kind of on them, you know? It's like if you
Yeah.
really cared that much,
Yeah.
then you would have like licensed the name to them or something.
Right.
So
Yeah.
if you really cared,
Wow. So the owners of ER are just very,
litigious, I guess. I don't know. Protective, maybe. But
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Nice. Nominations for your
hmm
considerations.
hmm
Do you have anything this week?
Yes. So I'm doing a callback. I saw an interview, I think it was on YouTube, with Lauren LaFranc, who was one of the writers and showrunners for The Penguin.
Mm-hmm.
And so she wrote the very first episode and the very last episode. So
Okay.
I'm nominating her for writer. I'm putting both of them out there right now. I might go back and rewatch them and
Okay.
pick. I think it'll probably be the last one,
Okay.
but I don't remember what all happened to the first one.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. I did make a note. I know you've been writing what we've been
Mhm.
nominated. Could we make like a note app? A notes on the note app and share it
Mhm.
with all the nominations we've nominated?
Yeah, I can actually do that right after this episode because I already have a Word document that I actually just 2 weeks ago updated to keep everything in one list.
Okay.
And so I'll just copy into a note and we'll share it. So
Perfect. Because I was going through my nominations and I was like, I don't know if I've nominated. Have I
I know.
nominated?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll share it with you.
And also pleasantly surprised that I feel like we've nominated a lot.
Yes. And a lot of women, which you called us out. So
Yes. Okay, so I actually made a list, but I'll do. Okay, I want to do The Last of Us.
uh-huh.
We'll stick with the writing, but I want to do writing and directing. Episode 2. I don't think, did I do this one? Do you remember?
I don't think so.
Okay. The episode is called Through the Valley. Episode 2, season 2, episode 2. I'm giving it to Mark Malloyd,
Okay.
who is one of the creators of the show, for directing. And then Craig, how do you say Craig? Craig.
Is it with a C or a G?
C. No, wait, no, with the G at the end.
Well,
Craig.
but it starts with a C?
Yeah.
Craig.
Craig.
Yeah.
Okay. Mason. And he's the writer for that episode.
You said Ep 2. He's a writer.
Yeah. And can I continue throwing out Last of Us nominations?
Yeah, go for it.
I don't know if we locked in Bella Ramsey before, but definitely,
You were going to. I think you wanted to wait maybe
Yeah.
a minute.
yeah, her. And then I want to do a Best Guest Actress nomination.
Okay.
I don't know if she will be a Best Guest, but I don't think it's supporting. And I want to do Catherine O'Hara.
Okay. Well, and that's good because we wanted to nominate her for the studio,
Yeah.
but we decided Catherine Hahn.
Yes.
Ohan. And then so we can do that. Okay.
Yes.
Catherine.
Oh.
I don't think that's how you spell her name, but
I think it's with the C.
okay, then I spelled it right.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. That's yeah, I'm liking her character more and more as the series is going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to look up the
The
rules.
for that.
Yeah.
Do that one day. Yeah, we'll stick with that. And I got more next week.
All right.
Okay, I guess we're ready for the topic.
Mm-hmm.
The topic this week, you guys, is TV cancellations, which I don't know if when I approached you to do this podcast with me, I don't know if I expressed that it was like 60% of the reason why I wanted to do this podcast.
No, you did.
No.
And you made sure that the lyrics were in the title.
Yes.
Of
Yeah.
the theme song.
Yeah. So more like 90% of the
Yeah.
reason I wanted to do this
Yeah.
podcast. Okay. So TV cancellations. I'm just going to go through info and then we can do like a couple of lists of
Mhm.
TV shows that got canceled that we're very, very sad about. Okay, so TV cancellations definition. Cancellation is when a TV show is abruptly ended. What's wrong with my voice today? Meaning there was still more story to tell from the creators, but the network that distributes the show decided it was not worth it anymore. Either it was losing money or there was some sort of drama within the creation of it all or something. So the reasons TV shows get canceled: financial reasons, low viewership, which then translates to ads. They want people. TV networks make their money through advertisements. So if no one's tuning into that TV show, then no one's watching that advertisement in between the show when it airs. And now with streaming services, it's subscriptions. Mm-hmm. So if like Netflix, they got a lot of cancellations one time because they weren't really producing good shows, and I don't think they've done anything to fix that. But
well, you know what they did to fix it? They put ads.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's how they get their money. And but there's nothing we can do except go back to pirating, which sucks. Like, I don't want to do that. I'm too lazy for that.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, I agree. It's like you're leaving us no choice.
And it really does make it where I will pay for no ads, but I'm going to cancel it the next month.
Yeah.
I will not stay with you if I'm forced to watch ads for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Like a lower tier.
Yeah.
Except Hulu, because Hulu's been that way since it's been a subscription.
Yeah.
It was free for a while.
Yes.
And then when it was a subscription,
it started with ads.
Yes.
Yes.
And so actually it came around, you could get pay higher without ads.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
Yeah, you're right. Shout out to Hulu.
They're my favorite.
Okay, so TV shows then, because of the no eyes on the ads, they get canceled to make room for shows that they believe will increase their viewership, which I feel like it's a crapshoot either way.
Yeah, I think that we're getting networks that understand that a little bit better. Yeah. I don't know about network TV, but I think maybe some of the more premium, they're at least listening.
Yes.
Or they're taking risks that they know are probably going to pay off.
Yeah.
Because of what the audience is telling them.
Yeah. I agree. So for network TV, if your show I think it still is. If your show gets moved to Friday, that means you are probably getting canceled. Yeah, getting it.
I think Happy's Place is on Fridays.
Oh, is it?
I think so. I just think I happened to see that I was on Friday.
That's funny. Happy Place is on CBS, right?
NBC, because it's on Peacock.
Oh yeah, NBC. Okay. So network TV then is, as we said, is supported by traditional advertising, and the way the advertising people get, or the way the networks get viewership numbers, is from Nielsen. And I realized as I was doing this research, I should have also named it TV cancellations / Nielsen ratings, because that is how they justify canceling TV shows. So I did a little digging on Nielsen, the company. And for the people that don't know, the term, if you've heard of the term Nielsen rating, it's popular in the TV world because it's the deciding factor on what shows are canceled or renewed. So Nielsen Media Research is an American firm started in the 1950s for TV that measures media audiences in TV, radio, theater, film, and newspapers. It was founded by Arthur C. Nielsen. Shout out to him for putting his name there forever. Who was a market analyst and a Virgo from Chicago, Illinois.
I like those two additional facts.
He started market researching in the 1920s, and then he expanded it to radio in the late 1930s, with the first Nielsen ratings for radio released in 1947. At the end of December 1947, and then he moved it to TV in the 1950s, and he used the same methods he developed from the radio to TV. Let's see. So in the 50s, when he moved it to the TV, Nielsen had 4 months, which is every quarter, where they asked homes to participate in filling out a diary of TV shows they watched for a 1-week period. So the months were in February, in May, in July, and in November.
Good to know.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, have you ever heard of this?
I remember I told you that I get chosen for the Nielsen surveys.
I was like TV Guide.
Oh. No, I get them in the mail. I fill out the journals, and I got $20 last time.
Yes. Okay. Yes. And yeah, she just posted a clip about it.
Oh, did I?
So,
Okay.
yeah.
But yeah, I love Nielsen, and their data is like really neat,
Yeah.
and it's like $3,000 to get access to it though. But
They got a website.
they do, and you can get basic information because I think we talked about ratings at one point.
Yeah.
I guess with network TV or
Yeah.
different service anyway. But you then pay. They have so much data you can get, but you can pay a fee, and they give you like very specific data
Okay.
that you can use to analyze and like make your own decisions.
Okay.
Yeah, business decisions.
Yeah. Okay, so the demographics influenced by advertising ratings are age, sex, race, economic class, and area. Dun, dun, dun. Other factors that are considered for cancellations on the show is the cost to produce the show. So everything really does come back to money.
Yeah.
Thank you, capitalism.
That's how the world turns.
Uh-huh. And I thought this was funny. They say, and I think we did talk about this for one other segment, but when you see game shows and reality TV more on air, that means that like the economy is bad and the networks are trying to save money. So when I read this, I was like, I know.
It was very loud.
Yeah. I was like, oh, so this is a recession indicator.
Well, did you look to see what's coming out this summer?
All game shows?
Yes.
Yes.
Which summer TV, that I will say it's probably because of that, because it's like this in-between period, and it's probably a pretty cheap show to make. They make it in the winter, air it in the summer.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. That's probably it. But also...
it's way more than usual.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're bringing stuff back.
Yeah.
So, game show's back.
Yeah.
So...
we're in a recession, people, not to scare you. Anyways.
If you didn't already know.
Right.
So this is a financial education podcast, television education podcast.
And a jokes podcast. Occasionally, a show may be revived or brought back into production after being previously canceled. There's been a couple of instances this has happened. There was Unforgettable on CBS. There was Brooklyn Nine-Nine, went from Fox to NBC. Lucifer went from Fox to Netflix. I feel like a couple went to Netflix in the most recent times that they got canceled. And now I feel like it's happened. It used to be such a rare occurrence, but now when a TV show gets canceled, there's like a whole campaign with the fans for a network to pick it up. And I feel like they still don't get picked up as often as we'd like.
No, so I looked up because one of the shows I wrote down, I read about somebody trying to campaign to get it back, and I was like, what? I know that it has worked. It actually seems to work more in the past, which is interesting because the methods they used were very like snail mail.
Yeah.
But there were like 3 or 4 that were kind of interesting. Star Trek, the original series in 1966, was saved because they wrote letters to the network.
Like the fans did?
Yes.
Okay.
And so they kept it.
Yeah.
Friday Night Lights, fans would send broken light bulbs to the NBC entertainment head and said light on.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Arrested Development's one that got to Netflix. And fans would make websites dedicated to bringing it back and mailed banana crates to Fox executives. And then Quantum Leap, there's one reason I wrote this.
Oh, CBS?
NBC, when they moved Scott Bakula's time-traveling, body-jumping series to the dreadful Friday night time slot, Leapers, as fans of the series were known, sent 50,000 letters to NBC offices. The move prompted NBC Entertainment president to return the series to its Wednesday night. It wasn't even, I guess they saw, they're like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Wow.
And then the other one was Baywatch. And this one was interesting because it says it went from a little-known TV show to a cultural phenomenon. So it was in 1989. It was canceled after 1 season, citing low viewership, high production costs, all the stuff you're talking about.
Yes.
But David Hasselhoff led the efforts to save the show, reviving it to air on syndication starting in 1991, and he became an executive producer as well. So he's the one that like really advocated to getting it back on air and became involved to, I guess, and then it kept running for 11 seasons.
Yeah.
So.
I feel like, yeah, they just cancel them too soon. Like, let them grow legs or just put more money into them.
Yeah.
This is why Apple TV Plus is my favorite.
I know. I didn't go to business school. I'm not a businessman or a businesswoman or a business person.
Yeah.
But I've been involved in enough business, and I get people are selfish and want just to amass as much money as possible. But as somebody who has been in the chair to make decisions involving money and spending maybe a little bit more money as an investment in your employees and your products and whatever.
Yeah.
So, okay, you're not going to get a 50% return. You're going to get a 25% return.
Right.
But everybody else is happy.
Yes.
And it's a better company.
Yes. And it's peaceful and it's working better because
your employees are happy because you're taking care of them.
Yeah.
That's why it blows my mind. And because the amount of money that those employees are getting, you give them a $25 or a $5 raise to $25 an hour.
Yeah.
That amount of money is nothing to the company in the end.
Yeah.
It really is not.
I agree.
So
it's really just like, when you really think about it, like, greed is insane. Like,
yes,
it's just greed from the upper.
Yeah, and we call it capitalism, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's just great. And that's what I'm going to start calling
it. Greed. I did want to mention, but did I even write it down? Oh, yeah. So, an example of what's called advertising viewership. And how much money. So the networks charge companies to advertise their products during TV shows.
I'm assuming too, like certain times are more expensive.
Yes, so that's what I wanted to mention.
Okay,
and also certain TV shows are more expensive.
Okay.
So they said like in the 07-08 Grey's run, in that year, ABC charged up to like $420,000 per advertisement in between Grey's.
That seems actually kind of low to me, surprisingly.
Well, compared to CSI on CBS, they were charging $248K. So like half. And CSI, I feel like people be watching CSI, you know?
Wheels are turning in my head. I'm trying to figure out how we can get an ad on Grey's Anatomy. Continue, I'm sorry.
I think we are, I feel like, I mean, this was 08, first of all. It's probably double now, so that's probably why the number also sounds low.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be millions at this point.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. That was, yeah. Oh, and then they did say the number of viewers within the 18 to 49 age range is more important than the total number of viewers.
I saw that whenever I was looking at like reasons for shows being canceled, they always said because they were popular within that age range.
Yeah.
That same exact age range kept coming up, and I was like,
but that doesn't make sense because I feel like the network that keeps on shows the longest is like CBS, and it's with shows like CSI or like, let's say like The Equalizer that just got canceled, and it's basically with shows that I feel like people past that 49 age range watch.
It feels like they need to change it to 29 to 59.
Yeah,
because young people don't watch TV.
No, they don't.
Ask a 19-year-old their favorite show, and they're going to say Hannah Montana from when they grew up.
Yeah, they will. Or they won't say nothing. Or they'll say a streamer or, something else. But they're not tuning into real television.
You think that they have a network TV? You think they
Absolutely
watch
not. No.
NBC?
No.
They're not even streaming it.
Yeah, that's true. Anyways, I just thought that was interesting. That age range was more important than the total. Yeah.
Very interesting.
So yeah, they are also ageist like me. So
I guess it's... What was that? Oh, yeah. It's probably because that's the age that spends the most money.
Yeah.
So ads, 59-year-olds probably, they're getting close to retirement. They're thinking saving more money.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. If I was an old person, what do I have? I'm not here for a long time anymore.
Some people like to leave money for their family. I don't believe in that, so.
I want to say explain more, but.
What? They don't need the money? It's fine.
Do I agree?
Just
I'll think about it.
You don't have to burn it, but just enjoy your life.
Yes.
Don't hoard it because you feel like you got to leave it for your family.
Yeah.
Spend it on yourself. Go on a nice vacation.
Yeah.
Buy a nice little retirement home.
Yeah. But put your mask on first before anybody else.
Exactly.
I agree. I think that's all I had. Did you have anything when you looked up info?
I looked up shows and so I looked up the shows and like how long they were on for and if there was a reason they got canceled. Because there was some that I felt like got canceled maybe a little too soon or before they were supposed to. You know, they didn't have like the official end.
Yes.
But the reasons they got canceled were just after 4 seasons, low ratings.
Okay.
But some of them have really interesting like stories.
Okay. I did make a list too of like, I wrote worst cancellations.
I think we might have some overlap.
I do too. So that's why you can go through your list and I'll.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah, because I just wrote my list. I didn't look up why.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the first one is the OA, and that's one that we've talked about. I was just texting my friend Brooke about it today. Like, it is a thing.
Yes.
So it was canceled after 2 seasons. It was part 1 and part 2. And it was with a cliffhanger. It was not supposed to be canceled. Netflix abruptly canceled it. People were very upset.
Yeah.
Still are. Oh, yeah. Yes. Fans responded with a hashtag save the OA and hashtag the AO is real campaign on Twitter. And they did a change.org petition. And they were posting videos of themselves performing the movements from the show. And the fans also raised funds for a digital billboard in Times Square.
Wow.
And
was anything made? Like, they raised... Okay.
No. It says that one fan went on a hunger strike outside of Netflix in Los Angeles headquarters to protest the show's return. Wow. And Marling and, I don't know how to say it, Batman, the other writer of the show, just say Batman, because that's part of it, visited her and offered her food and water. And some fans online put forward a theory that the cancellation announcement was just a meta publicity stunt, but that wasn't. But, like I said, I was texting my friend Brooke about it, and she said, and I made sure to add it, Jason Isaac posted a photo on Instagram with Britt Marling, and Batman, the other writer of the OA, on May 14th. And all it said is, are we in another dimension? It wasn't like, so good to see these two again. So...
Like this May 14th?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. So...
Okay. So revival might be... They're doing a lot of those.
Yeah. So I'm not starting to start rumors here. I'm just saying you go to Instagram and you look at the post and you tell me what you think.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay. It's on Jason Isaac's Instagram. Okay. I will go on and see. Wow. Interesting.
Was that one that was on your list?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. We need it back.
The other one I had is How I Met Your Father. We've talked about this. Yes. We loved it.
Yeah.
I thought it was so cute.
Yes.
They did a great job capturing the feel, the vibe of the original, updated it in a nice way.
The cast was fantastic.
Yes. Yeah. The ratings were not good for this show.
Really?
So bad. And it actually makes me happy that we're doing the podcast because we're 2 people who love this show and ratings were bad. So it's like, do we need other living breath opinions, not some calculation? But, yes. So it said for the first season, the review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes reported a 36 approval rating.
Wow.
Based on a 47 critic review with an average rating of 4.4 out of 10.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad, you guys. Know.
So it said the website's, I guess, Rotten Tomatoes, critics' consensus read, How I Met Your Father takes great pains to update its predecessor's formula for a modern audience, but this stilted retread only amounts to a painful slog. I did not feel that way at all.
At all. Also, I feel like people maybe go in with too high expectations.
Maybe. I should see, too, who this critic is. It's like a 58-year-old man.
Right. You're not the audience.
Yeah. You were never the audience.
Right.
Maybe it's not, though. But the show's second season had a 33% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes based on a 6 critic review with an average rating of 4.3 out of 10. But here's the thing.
I was just going to say, we need to sign up on Rotten Tomatoes and start reviewing.
Yeah. That's actually something I have on a list of like stuff we could do to grow the podcast. Okay. Write reviews, so.
Yeah.
But the thing is that it won 4 Emmys. Now, it was for film. It was Outstanding Multi-Camera Picture Editing and Cinematography for Multicam.
Like How I Met Your Father?
Yes.
That's shocking.
But it's so I'm thinking if it won Emmys, for the way that it's filmed,
Yeah.
which maybe the pool is kind of small for the multicam, but
Yeah.
I'm like,
But still, it was a well done show.
it was so well done.
Yeah.
That blows my mind.
And the storyline was there. It wasn't like whatever the fuck. It was. I'm shocked. I'm mad.
I know. I read that and I was like, well, I got to read that. It didn't. That's not why. I guess that's why it got canceled.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything, but.
Gosh.
Was that on your list?
No, I did not have it on my list, but I'm so glad you brought it up.
Did you have Freaks and Geeks on your list?
I did have it on my list. Yeah.
Okay. So this one was what was funny. It says one of the cited reasons for its early cancellation was its inability to gain an audience due to its erratic scheduling and poor time slots, competing with a high-rated Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, which those are two different shows.
Yeah.
The producers created a website for the series, but NBC would not share the URL because they didn't want people to know the internet existed. They were worried about losing viewers to it.
Oh my gosh.
And
it has to be your own.
And Judd Apatow explains, they said they only had averaging under 7 million viewers, while other NBC series had over 14, like Frasier's and Friends. So,
okay.
The NBC and the creative directors of Freaks and Geeks did not have the same vision for the series. After the network picked up the pilot, Garther Ancier replaced Scott Sassa as the president of NBC Entertainment, and he said he didn't understand the public school life and its relevance because he went to a boarding school and then to Princeton. I'm like, this is why we need diversity.
Yes.
A show got canceled because some old man did not understand it.
God.
You weren't meant to understand it.
Exactly. It's a different perspective. Maybe even enjoy that difference.
Yeah, it's one that you could probably learn from.
Right.
Because you didn't know anything about it.
Right.
Are you kidding me?
That's insane.
I know. And there's another quote that said, Apatow said in 2014 that everything I've done, in a way, is revenge for the people who canceled Freaks and Geeks. Which I kind of believe that. I believe that.
I do too. That makes so much sense.
Yeah. It really does feel that way.
Yeah.
And because like all the stars went on to be famous.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. It's like, I feel like when I think of canceled shows, it's probably top 3 up there in terms of like cult. It turned into a cult classic.
Yes. Yeah. And like everybody talks about it.
Yes, exactly. And it was 1 season or 2?
One.
Yeah. Insane. Like,
also had Glow. Did you watch Glow on Netflix?
I did not watch Glow.
Okay. The reason I also included this was because they were filming the 4th season, but they canceled it because of COVID. Yeah. So that's why it was like, I guess sad because they announced that the 4th season, people are excited about it.
Yeah.
So it says that in September 2019, Netflix renewed the show for a 4th and final season. And then in March 2020, production on the season was shut down due to COVID, which had stopped nearly all TV and film production in Los Angeles. And they had already completed the first episode and were about to start filming the second. So I guess they hadn't made it that far.
Yeah.
But still, it's like, you could have just waited.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I guess maybe the people would lose interest.
I mean, they've been waiting how long for Stranger Things, whatever, and how long for everything else?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that matters. I feel like maybe it was production costs or something.
Yeah, and I think Netflix didn't have it together because it said that some of the biggest obstacles to overcome as Netflix was trying to figure out how to get their shows back to work, mostly due to uncertainty about how to prevent the outbreak on set, especially with wrestling.
Oh.
There's a lot of close-ups, so.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and it says the earliest the show would have aired is 2022, which would have been too long of a gap for Netflix to handle as a previous season aired. That's bullshit. That's not.
It's not. Bridgerton right now isn't coming back for another 2 years.
Yeah.
Or some shit. So that.
And I would have watched it. I love Mark Maron. I love Alison Brie. I love the girl that plays Liberty Bell. I don't remember her name.
She the blonde.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was in Oh Mary?
Yeah.
I also put Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23.
You watched that show?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you?
Mm-mm.
It was good. I liked it. James Van Der Beek's character was really funny.
Yeah.
And Kristen Ritter, I love her.
Yeah.
She's just so cute. So.
She is cute.
I had Last Man on Earth. That one had 4 seasons, though. It did end on a cliffhanger, so they did cancel it before it was finished.
Yeah.
But I think 4 seasons was enough.
Yeah. I did right. Like, I feel like past 4 seasons, I'm not as sad as bad. I'm devastated, but I'm not.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wish, though, that they could make that decision beforehand.
Yes.
So then they can write the ending differently.
Yeah.
Just at least give them that, like they did with Mythic Quest.
Yeah. Or allow them to do one more episode to close the story.
Yeah. Also, My Name is Earl, also 4 seasons, but it ended with to be continued because they were trying to sell it. And this is another one that was interesting. The series was canceled abruptly in 2009 after running for 4 seasons. They were trying to get it put onto other networks, but they weren't being serious and unable to come to terms without seriously undermining the artistic integrity of the series.
Yeah.
So Ethan Suplee, he played Earl's brother, Randy. He said during a podcast episode of Slick and Thick,
terrible name. I'm so sorry.
I was like, should I even say that?
Yeah.
He said that they were a hit, and a network called the studio and said, we want to license the show for another year. And the studio said, well, we want more money. We want to renegotiate our deal with you. The network basically did not respond for 2 weeks, and the studio called back and said, we'll take your deal. And the network said, too late.
Dang.
Yeah, so it's just one of those things.
Yeah. Wow.
Also, Suburgatory. We talked about that one.
Yeah, we did talk about that.
I like that one.
I did too.
And yeah, the Our Flag Means Death. I watched the first season. Did you watch Our Flag Means Death? It was on HBO. It had Taika Waititi and Leslie Jones. And
yes, I did watch it.
There was 2 seasons. It was funny, but it just got canceled with no explanation.
Okay.
It wasn't even like low ratings because people love this show.
Yeah.
I heard people talk about it all the time. But
did it end on a cliffhanger of some sort?
I think
more story to be told.
I didn't watch season 2, so I don't know. But it just said that it was canceled without an explanation. So.
Okay.
And yeah, that was it.
That was it for you.
Yeah, it was just interesting. There were some of these weird cancellations, the reasons that they gave behind them.
Yeah. Just really doesn't make sense, but whatever. Some do. But.
Do you think some of it has to do more with like personality clashes?
I do. Yeah, the politics of it all. Yeah, I do. And if you're not making enough money for somebody to understand your personality and put up with it, they'll probably it's easier to axe you, which sucks.
Yeah.
But also makes sense when I feel like a lot of TV shows have the same showrunners kind of situation. It's like, am I explaining myself right?
Yeah.
I don't think so. My brain's not working today. I don't know why.
Well, it's probably they're going back to the same people that they know did a good show.
Exactly.
And so they're like, okay, here, you write us a show. Or,
yeah, exactly. Or have a pleasant personality. Yeah. Or know how to work the business of it all. Yeah. I have no explanation, but I do want to, this is my list and I need everyone to hear me.
Yes. I'm going to write them down too. So I want to see if there are ones, I guess, obviously ones I didn't mention.
Yeah.
Okay.
Happy Endings on ABC. I think that's top on the list for me.
Yeah.
That really broke my heart. I do think it got 3 or 4 seasons. So
3 or 4.
Yeah. So it was on the brink of, whatever, but it was such a good comedy.
Yeah.
And I think it was at the tail end of all those comedies coming through, like The Office, Community, Parks and Rec, and all that stuff.
And New Girl, too.
New Girl, yeah. Happy Endings is great. You guys should watch it. I've let it go now. They're not going to renew it. There's no point for them to renew it.
Yeah.
You can make another TV show off the base, the same concept and stuff. So, I had The Society.
Okay.
It was on Netflix. It had 1 season. And we're talking about TV shows that got canceled with cliffhangers. This was probably one of the worst ones. When I tell you, I probably looked up, did The Society get renewed, or picked up? I know, it was canceled, but I was in denial for a very long time, longer than I care to admit. It was one of them. The concept of the show, so original. It was trippy. It's like a mystery of teenagers in a town. They disappear into an alternate. I don't know. So good. And yeah, the cliffhanger was too big to not give it a second season.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that show.
It's so good. It's probably up there. It's probably like the OA, The Society, and some people want Sense8 back too.
Yeah.
I'm whatever with that. It had enough seasons for me.
Yeah, I mean, it ended too, kind of with a.
Yeah, with an ending. Yeah, I think they brought it back. I don't know, but for me, The Society is up there.
Mhm.
If you haven't, I mean, I don't want to tell you guys to watch something that is gonna break your heart after, because there won't be more of it. But I think it was such a good season 1.
Mhm. You don't mind telling me that though.
I don't.
You're like, here, you
It's our
watch
job, Chelsea. I don't know what to tell you.
watch this earth-shattering TV show. Have fun.
Right.
That the explanation of that show reminded me of The Wilds. That one also got canceled too
Yes.
early because
Yeah.
that third season would have been so good.
I wrote that down too.
Okay.
Yeah.
But don't bring back Ben Folds. We're done with him. He doesn't need to be in season 3.
He is not. Yes, I had The Wilds. It was on Prime Video.
Mhm.
I have no idea why they canceled it.
Did you read the book? It was based off a series, I think.
I think I read the first one maybe, and then I looked up because when the second season came up, I was like, oh, boys. And I was like, why is this so? So then I looked up the premise. Yeah. But yeah, the third season would have been
So good.
tidying it all together. Yeah, they're insane for that. Since we're on Prime, a show last year that I watched, My Lady Jane.
Mm-hmm.
It came out last year. It was a retelling of who did like Pride and Prejudice and all that stuff.
Jane Austen.
Yeah, of like a Jane. I don't know if I don't think it was like Jane Austen. Anyways, of that kind of era, but then it was more fantastical. It was more fantasy. It was so good. It was like a rom-com situation. So good. 1 season, and I'm still campaigning to bring it back. Yeah, I signed a petition and everything.
I do remember seeing this. I haven't watched it. I guess it was good though.
Yeah,
All right,
really good.
I'll put it on the list as well.
And
Have you watched The Great with Nicholas Hoult? Was it kind of like that?
kind of, yes.
Because I didn't think The Great is that good, so I'm surprised that The Great's still going.
Right.
But, I mean, I know they're different
Yeah.
networks and stuff for
Yeah.
studios.
The Great was maybe more. What would you describe that humor? It was more.
Oh.
I don't know. But The Great had more of that humor.
Mhm.
This wasn't so comedy like. It was more, or like playing up the comedy. It was more just like drama, little bits that were funny, but romance.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's more focused on the romance,
Yeah.
less comedy,
Yeah.
versus The Great, which is kind of opposite.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, same universes.
Mhm.
Then I had How to Die Alone, also last year.
Yeah.
Hulu canceled that. The one from Natasha Rothwell. I thought they canceled it too soon. Like, why?
It felt like they canceled it before, like the next day after.
Yeah, it even aired.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out to us. They didn't even, I don't even think they gave it 6 months.
I feel like I heard about it getting canceled before I even heard about the show.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, give me a chance to watch it first.
Right. It's like they made up their mind before even waiting for the ratings.
Yeah.
I don't feel like the production cost was that much.
No.
So,
I mean, it could be the Natasha, what's her last name?
Rothwell?
Yeah, Rothwell, that she started doing a bunch of other projects, but that's her show.
Yeah, she was very
So-
proud of this one. I went on her Instagram
Yeah.
on, and she was promoting it like, keep watching, keep watching, keep watching.
All in between her your
Yeah.
trash
Yeah.
tweets.
Yes. All
this.
between those. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
Right? Anyways, they should bring that back, but I don't think anyone's going to pick it up. I feel like it would have been picked up by now.
Yeah, I'm hoping though maybe it'll give her more room to do more projects like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
More writing projects that she's involved in.
Yeah, hopefully.
Creative projects.
Yeah. And then I got 2 more. Stick with Hulu. High Fidelity. Not
Yeah.
only was 1 season with Zoe Kravitz.
Wasn't her love interest the same love interest in How I Met Your Father? Isn't it that guy?
I think you're right.
Look it up. And I like that guy. He's kind of cute.
Yeah. Oh, I think you're right. Is it?
Because he was also in Glow.
Was he?
Yeah.
Let's see. Hi.
Oh,
What's
I
his
got
name?
to type in TV show. Hope you guys really love listening to us Google stuff. No, it was Jake Lacey. He was in Girls and the first season of White Lotus.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
The guy I'm thinking of was in Glow. I'll look up his name.
Let's see, Jake Lacey. Oh, okay.
He dated Hannah and Girls for a hot minute.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Chris Lowell. This dude.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That was the guy in How I Met Your Father.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, one more.
Well, I think Zoe Kravitz is kind of advocating for it, or didn't she try to advocate?
She
Because she
did.
really loved it. And she was kind of a big part of it.
Yeah, she was the lead in it.
Yeah. Well, and I think she helped be executive producer.
Yeah, because it's based off the movie, and I think her mom was the star of the movie.
Yes. Yes.
I think. I didn't watch it, you guys. So
I actually watched the movie not that long ago, and I don't remember who. I know John Cusack is in it. And yeah, her. Yeah. It's her, and there's another girl that he dates too that kind of bounces in and out, but
okay.
I don't remember her name.
And then the last one, which it's been so long that I don't really remember, but I do remember when it ended, everyone was up in arms. I think I was too. Heroes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, continue.
Sorry. Oh, I was just going to say it was an abrupt cancellation.
I forgot that I did make a list of other names because I Googled shows that were canceled too soon, and there were names of shows that like I have never watched, but I've heard people, and Heroes was on every single list.
Yes.
Here's some of the other ones that were on the other. Well, was that your last?
Yeah,
one?
that was it. Yeah.
Mindhunter.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Firefly. People talk about Firefly being canceled.
I'm shocked it was Fire. Really?
Yeah. People talk about that all the time.
How many seasons did it have?
I think only one, and then a movie.
Oh wow.
Yeah, maybe 2 seasons, but Better Off Ted.
Mm-hmm.
Pushing Daisies.
Mm-hmm.
The Ben Stiller Show.
Yeah.
And there was one, it's called the Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip, and it had, who was the main actor? I might have to Google it again, but it was like a very 30 Rock themed or like esque show before 30 Rock, and it did not go well.
Oh.
But people liked it, and they were upset it got canceled.
Are you looking it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I usually try to, oh, Matthew Perry.
Oh.
Yeah, he was the lead.
Yeah.
And I do kind of remember when that first came out, but it was when I was younger and didn't watch it. But
I don't remember him. He has been on a couple other TV shows that got canceled.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah. The Pushing Daisies and Firefly is the one I hear everybody always.
Yeah.
Every time that show comes up, they're like, I can't believe they canceled.
Yeah. That's all I had. I did want to. We've mentioned here and there what's been canceled this year.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to go through what's been canceled, but I don't know if that's necessary, I guess.
Is there anything that we really liked this year that's been canceled?
Let's see. And I'm going through. The Vulture had a article out of like 2025 shows being canceled, and it only starts from January.
Oh, okay.
So I feel like you watched the franchise.
Yeah. That one was canceled. Mm-hmm. That one does make sense. I did like it. Mm-hmm. I probably would watch a season 2, but I'm okay if there's not a season 2. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything.
Yeah. That's funny though. We mentioned How to Die Alone. No one knows that show. All those CBS ones, FBI.
Yeah, CSI.
Yes, all them.
Toledo.
Oh, The Sex Lives of College Girls.
Yeah, I forgot that one did get canceled.
That one
I couldn't get into that one, but you like it, don't you?
I like the first season.
Oh, okay.
The second season wasn't good, so third season wasn't good, so I understand why it got canceled, yeah. Mythic Quest, based on a true story.
Oh, yeah.
That got canceled. Papa's House. The Equalizer. Suits LA.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of something else. Yeah. Okay.
And then actually this week it was announced The Wheel of Time got canceled.
Oh.
Yeah, on Prime Video.
That's kind of interesting because it's off a book series and people loved that show.
Yeah, and there's this one girl I follow on Twitter and she loves the show. And I respect her opinion and I was going to check it out, but
no, since it got canceled, you're just not going to check it out anymore?
I mean, it'll be if I have absolutely nothing to watch. Yeah, I gotta.
Yeah, I just wonder if it's canceled or if it's just the end of the
No, it's
series.
canceled. Yeah, because she's like devastated on my timeline about it being canceled.
They're probably pumping in too much money to that Lord of the Rings show.
To like spread out the funds elsewhere.
Yes, which is and sending people to space.
Yeah.
Don't send up Katy Perry. Give me another season.
We're just asking for the simple things
Yeah.
in life. I don't know why they're trying to not.
Or throw up another celebrity up there and use that money to pay for the show. I don't know. If you need more money, figure it out.
Right. Just give us our shows.
Yeah.
That's all we want.
Prioritize your funding.
Right. That's it. That's all I have. So the moral of the story, you guys, is watch TV and tell people to watch the TV shows you enjoy.
Yeah.
So more viewers, it gets more views and stuff like that. Because we're also in that age range. That matters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anything else to add?
No.
Okay. That's it. Then we're going to do press release.
Mm-hmm.
What you got?
Well, question. New TV guide. Do you want to do TV guide horoscopes today, or do you want to wait till next week?
Today.
Okay. So we'll start with that.
Okay.
Libra. Relationships. You're getting roasted again, by the way. Relationships are in focus for you as Sirius Saturn settles into your love zone. If you've been papering over the cracks in romance, now you need to do the actual repairs. Take responsibility for creating your dream relationship.
That's
Rude.
funny. Very rude, but very apt.
Leo, thanks to the new moon in your friend zone, you are able to be extra social. Even if you're busy, take the time to connect with those who light you up. Seek out people who fan your flame. A friend can help you make a dream come true. And that actually really resonated with me.
Yeah.
And it caused me to have a life or it was actually something that I've been thinking about earlier this week even.
Yeah.
And it was something that I kind of I'd never really thought about. But I literally up until this point in my life, and still do 90% of things out of spite. I do them because people tell me I can't do them. But I'm having more and more people in my life that are being supportive. And so it's so much easier and fun and better to do things when people are supporting and fanning your flame. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Well, at 35 years, about to be 35.
90%.
Aging myself.
I do things out of spite. That is so fucking funny.
It's fueled me. I've done pretty well out of spite. But it's like Monsters, Inc. They were scaring all the kids, but they found out, laughter gets more energy.
Yeah.
I could probably do even better if I surround myself with people who support me.
Yeah.
Instead of challenge me or tell me I can't do stuff.
Yeah. Because, getting fueled by spite is incredible when, when you have those real enraging, fuck you off.
And I love proving somebody wrong. Love.
Oh, yes.
Love.
Not a lot of things turn me on than that. Yeah, so I agree with you. But it is beautiful when you get, you realize you are supported way more than you, thought. And you're like, oh, okay, wow, maybe I can do this.
And I think this is, kind of one of the first times that I've actually experiencing that. That's more because I'm putting myself out there more.
Yeah.
So that's opportunity. But, yeah, I think the people around me.
Aw, I love that for you,
hard.
Chelsea.
I know. I'm like, okay. Okay, girl.
Let's stay here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you are one of those people that fell into my lap.
Aw.
You and Kirsten. Kirsten's a newer friend who I've known for a long time, but we're seeing each other a lot more. And
Yeah.
it's positivity.
Yeah.
She's just always hyping me up.
I love that. No, it's so necessary. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
And it gives you the courage to do the shit.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I agree. Also, same with my horoscope. It was shitting on me, but I've also been talking about it a lot with other people. I actually need it. I feel it. I need to put myself out there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm gonna do this summer.
There you go.
I told myself I am.
These TV guide horoscopes have been kind of good.
They have. Yeah. I believe in astrology. I'll say it. And for this reason.
Yeah, I believe definitely there's an energy that's outside of the science that we study that people carry that are impacted by the things around us and I don't want to say the moons and the stars of the planets, but I mean the moon does create waves.
Yeah.
So there is a physical impact.
Right.
So there's something going on. I don't think we're supposed to understand it, but
No, yeah.
I think there's something to it.
Yeah. We're all also interconnected.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
So I agree. Okay, that was beautiful. If you're a Libra or a Leo, you're welcome.
Sorry, other 10 months.
Yeah.
Or zodiac sign.
Do you have more to add, press release?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you want me to start? Okay.
Yeah.
I can. So let's just jump into it. Love Island. Back on Tuesday, June 3rd.
You're going to have to, so this is going to be the first time that I'm going to be watching it, like.
From the go.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I caught up last time. And so that was great because I could just spend all day Saturday binge watching because there's so many episodes. So it comes on every day, Monday through Sunday except Wednesday?
No.
Or Monday through Friday except Wednesday?
No. Monday through Friday except Saturday.
Oh, I think they
Unless they've changed it.
Maybe, because when I looked it up, it said airs every day except Wednesday.
Okay. Then maybe they've changed it.
But okay, so but it still is like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then just one day off because it's the day they reset.
Yes, exactly. Like there's a vote on that next day.
And they like do laundry and
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm so excited.
I'm very excited. I'm so excited. It's how I know my summer begins.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. We'll have to be careful that this does not become a
Love Island.
solely Love Island.
It won't.
It might be one of those shows that we can talk about outside the podcast.
Yeah.
Like on a daily basis, and then maybe like Tuesday when we record.
Yeah.
We'll
figure it out. Yeah. But I think I do agree. Yeah, I do agree with you. I feel like we need to make it a rule around it because but also it's a show that comes on every day. Spoilers are going to be there, especially this season. More people are going to be tuning in from the jump.
Mm-hmm. I'm not worried about spoilers. I'm just worried, like, if we start talking about it, that's all we'll talk about.
Okay, fair.
When Casa Moore rolls around, that's all I'm going to want to talk about. And then we got movie night. Like, I'm already anticipating.
Yeah, you're right.
And this is what blows my mind about this show, is I thought that first season was like the first US season, and I thought it was the first season that they did the movie night or something.
Oh.
These people know. They know about Casa Moore. They know about movie night, and they're still doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
It is. I predict there's going to be another twist this season.
Throw in like another little wrench.
Yeah. Like that's like a movie night. That's like that's going to show them that we know their true characters in some way. Just because I truly think a lot of people signed up to be on it for the fame of it all.
Yeah.
So
I remember I did watch season 6, which was the one before the last one. Mm-hmm. And after I watched season 7, because they had some of the same people. Yeah. They often will kind of overlap. Yeah. They brought in one of the guy's ex-girlfriend towards the end, and I was like, ooh. That is messy. Yeah. It ended up not being that big a deal, but she stuck around. Like, she was in the house.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, they be doing that. Oh, I'm so excited. I did want to mention, so I think I've mentioned this before on the pod. I know I've mentioned it in general, but I watched Made in Chelsea, a UK reality TV show, and there's a rumor that one of the cast members on there is going to be on Love Island. And I thought it was going to be the UK Love Island. Apparently, he has flown to Fiji. And it's the USA Love Island. And this boy, his name's Miles. He is, he's half French, half British. He's beautiful.
What kind of accent does he have?
He's got a British accent. He is pretty boy beautiful. He's not like too pretty boy, but he is, why am I gassing out so much? But he will definitely make an impact, but I thought he would, I just had a feeling he'd make a bigger impact in the UK. But I think he went to the U.S. one because people in the UK would know him. Yeah. And last year they had, I don't know if you know Joey Essex.
Yeah.
They had him on the UK one. Oh. And it kind of ruined the show.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah. It 100% ruined the show.
I could see him bringing in he's giving me Aaron energy.
Oh, no. No, let's not do that to Miles.
I meant, like, I think he's going to have a different accent. He's going to bring in, like, this energy to the house. Yeah. That's, like, fun and a little different. Yeah. Exotic.
Yes, exactly.
Britain, so exotic.
So exotic. That accent. Yes, and I think the girls are gonna love him.
Yes, I think he's gonna cause some ruffles feathers, and people are gonna be excited he's there.
Yeah, he's known to be a heartbreaker on Made in Chelsea. He's hooked up with probably everybody.
Nice.
But he's matured. So
Okay.
it's going to be interesting to see
Yeah.
if that is true because that's how he's presented him to be now. So we'll see. Like he stopped drinking and shit like that. So
he's gonna be making out with multiple girls.
yeah.
He's gonna get to Casa more.
But he really wants to find love. I really want him to find love.
I hope he finds love too.
Yeah.
But he's gonna. He's a man. Well,
Yeah.
I know what he's gonna do.
Yeah, you're right. What do you have? We can go back and forth.
I have like 3 that are just quick information. They're not. So, Mike Birbiglia, he has a new special that was released this past weekend, and I didn't hear about it, so that's why I'm mentioning it now. It's called The Good Life. I love Mike Birbiglia. He's very funny.
Yeah.
I like his comedy a lot, his writing style. So, I think people should go watch it and all of his stand-up.
Where is it on?
Netflix.
Okay.
Task, you remember I was telling you about this show? It's going to be on HBO. It was the same creator of Mayor of Easttown with Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
They announced a release date. It's going to be September.
Okay.
Not a date, but a month. And there's a trailer out if you want to go watch it.
Oh, nice.
And then Forever was renewed for a second season.
Yeah.
I think you maybe mentioned that, but I read it again, so.
It's worth repeating.
Exactly. I was like, you know what? It's not going to hurt.
Yeah. Nice. All I had, I guess, is just the shows coming up this next week.
Yeah, that's what I left.
I have Stick with Owen Wilson on Apple TV Plus.
I'm kind of excited about this. Apple TV's only let me down like once or twice this year.
Yeah.
I like Ted Lasso. I don't like golf, but I like Ted Lasso. You know, I'm not a big soccer fan,
Yeah.
but I like Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I might like it.
I think I might too. And I mean, if anything, we should just appreciate that Apple TV is greenlighting and airing shows with such whatever premises that it's like, okay, let's see.
Yeah.
You know?
And we'll let them know which works and what doesn't work.
Yeah, exactly. If it doesn't, cool. But don't stop what you're doing, Apple TV. Like, you're doing a great job. We love you. Then we got Ginny and Georgia on Thursday, June 5th, season 3.
Netflix.
Okay. Yeah. I don't watch the show, do you?
I mean,
But the ladies around me do.
yeah, and people love it.
Yeah.
I hear good things about it.
I do too. What do you have?
There's a docu-series coming out called The Mortician. Sunday, June 1st, HBO, and it's about this family who had a funeral home and were doing some like shady stuff out in California. Just interested. Sounds curious. There was a similar story close to where I used to live in Georgia. There was a man who ran this, I think it was a crematorium, and he wasn't burning the bodies. He just put them out in his like backyard.
What?
In the woods, yeah.
For a particular reason?
Because I think like the oven broke and he just never got it fixed. I legit, and I think there was like 30 to 60 bodies or something.
Oh, wow.
And they weren't buried.
It was just, ew.
They were like covered up in tarps and stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But like the smell, I guess they like,
I Anyway, that's why I was kind of interested in this.
Yeah,
'Cause
those
like,
poor families.
I know. And that's because he gave them ashes.
Yeah, you're thinking you're dumping it somewhere meaningful and it's just dirt gone on dirt.
Whenever I get ashes, I'm like, who knows what this is? It's symbolic, okay? That's all it is. It's symbolism.
That's a very safe bet. That's anything else?
So I'm mentioning this, I guess, for whatever reason. Duck Dynasty, the revival is coming back Sunday, June 1st on A&E. I watched it the first time around. I mean, it was funny enough. I don't know. It was like a big cultural thing.
Yeah.
I also wanted to mention it because Phil, the dad, he did die this past week. Yeah. So it was interesting that happened at the same time.
Yeah.
Back. So I wonder if that's going to help increase views.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I have our recession indicator, the Quiz with Balls season premiere, and this one's hosted by Jay Farrow, he's hilarious.
Yes.
So I actually might, if I see it on Hulu or something, click on it.
Yeah.
It's Monday, June 2nd, Fox at 9 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Jay Farrow, the last thing I saw him in was like a show on Hulu that I really enjoyed. Got canceled again.
And then I have Below Deck season premiere Monday, June 2nd, Bravo. I don't watch it, but I know my dad loves it.
Really?
He loves it.
Isn't it like just like drama?
Yes.
Like,
he loves it. I think he loves like the families that go on there.
Okay.
Yeah. and just seeing all their behavior. And then Tires, Thursday, June 5th on Netflix.
Yeah.
That's Shane Gill's show.
Yes.
Have you watched it?
I have not.
I haven't either. I don't know how I feel about him.
I don't think I feel much.
He was terrible in SNL. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, he was.
Jay Jordan, who we both really like, he said, I think last year, like his stand-up special was one of his favorite. That was one of the best ones that came out.
Shane Gillis.
Yes.
Wow.
And Jay Jordan said that.
Wow.
So I'm like, well, I need to check it out. I haven't yet.
Okay.
So I haven't dismissed Shane Gillis completely.
Yeah.
Based on everything I've seen, not a fan.
Neither.
Somebody I really respect, who is a comedian,
Right.
saying that it's one of the best ones of the year.
Yeah. Wow. I'm going to check it out.
Yeah.
I got to check it out.
And I've heard the show's pretty good, too.
Yeah.
And
It's the second season coming out, right?
Yes. Yeah. And I've heard he's a pretty good writer.
Okay.
So I think maybe that's his strength.
Yeah. And good writing translates better, I feel like, on stand-up, too.
Yes.
So, yeah, that would make sense if it was good.
But there's a lot coming out this week.
Yeah, there is. There is. Because it is Tuesday when we're recording.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
That's it.
We'll talk to you guys next week.
Oh, I also want to say we should end the show. We never figured out a tagline, but we should tell our listeners to like and subscribe to us. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or where you like to on your favorite platform.
Yes.
And then check us out on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Follow us everywhere.
We're everywhere.
Yeah, the names are a little different, but you find us somewhere. Find the link tree. You'll find us.
Yes.
Yeah. Take you everywhere.
Do that. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.